Go ahead and call the meeting to order. And now we can show the minutes. All board members are present. Take a look at the minutes and consent calendar. Anyone have additions, corrections to either one? Any additions or corrections to either one?
You have a correction to the agenda.
Consent.
Yeah, I got a correction to the agenda, yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go into executive session on item 4E.
All right, we'll have an executive session 4E. Other than that, any other corrections, additions?
No, I have none.
Okay. Motion to accept is written then?
So move.
I'll second it.
Lisa Snodgrass.
Yes.
Charlie Shoemaker.
Yes.
Jeff Clem.
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland.
Yes.
Dean Mober.
Yes. Okay, moving on to new business. As we have visitors tonight, anyone wish to say anything from the audience?
No, I just didn't know if you had met any more about the High Prairie.
I have not. We had some discussion last meeting when a couple of your residents came, but nothing since then.
Sorry, I couldn't be there.
Okay, Chief's report.
Nothing further to add.
All right, moving on to items for action. At this time, I'd like to open a public hearing for budget amendment. Need a motion?
I move that we open for public hearing on the budget amendment.
Second.
That would be at 7:03.
So our actual budget, I don't quite understand that. What is our, is 813,619, is that additional or is that?
No, that's total.
That's the total.
Yeah, we budgeted an additional, I think it was $30,000 income because of the sale of the truck and getting some extra money from the county. We're not sure how much we're gonna get, so we just threw it out there. If we don't get it in, we can't spend it, but we can't spend it if we don't budget for it. And then, of course, all the money we get in is gonna go to the Equipment Reserve Fund.
So we anticipate, like the resolution says, not to exceed 80,000.
Yeah.
Over and above.
But again, like I say, it's not to exceed, whether we make that much, it depends on how much we get from the county and.
Right, could
but
be more.
80,000 is a very, well, no, 80,000 is a very top of it.
It would be.
It'll be less. It'll be less than that, but we don't know, I got a whole month to go yet, so. And we don't know, we haven't got our last payment from the county yet, so it's kind of we're shooting in the dark here, so that's why the numbers are not out of line, but they're way up there.
Now we need to make the budget hearing open,
Here.
official.
Yes. Lisa Snodgrass.
Yes.
Charlie Shoemaker.
Yes.
Jeff Clem.
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland.
Yes.
Dean Mober.
Yes. Okay, Jim, you kind of got the ball rolling there. Any questions on the amendment? Anyone from the audience? No? Okay. Hearing none, motion to close the hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
Lisa Snodgrass.
Yes.
Charlie Shoemaker.
Yes.
Jack Clark,
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Dean Milburn.
Yes. Having done that, we're open for discussion and motion to approve the budget amendment.
I move we approve the amended budget for 2013.
Second?
Motion and second.
Lisa Snodgrass,
Yes.
Charlie Shoemaker,
Yes.
Jack Clark,
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Dean Milburn.
Yes. As we started talking a minute ago, resolution number 2013-5, transfer of funds to equipment. Let me take a look. That's what we talked about with the amount not to exceed. So we have the capability, remember from last meeting.
Great.
Again, any discussion on that before we make a motion to approve resolution 2013-5 as written?
So on our budget, once this is approved, then that $53,204 will jump up by 80,000.
Yeah.
Right.
No, not by 80,000, no. No, it'll be a maximum of
To a
80,000.
maximum.
A maximum.
Yeah,
So we won't know what that figure is until the end of the year.
in the year, yeah.
Tell you, tell us.
We got him bonded, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, you won't know how much you're spending until, whatever's left over.
That's it. Yep. Not to exceed.
Right.
With that being the limitation, any other discussion? If not, motion to accept resolution number 2013-5.
I'll make that motion, resolution 2013-5 is transfer of funds.
Second?
Lisa Snodgrass,
Yes.
Charlie Shoemaker,
Yes?
Jack Clark,
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Dean Milburn.
Yes. Motion to move to executive session at, let's make it 7:10. I would think come back at 25.
Yeah, that'll work. I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Lisa Snodgrass,
Yes.
Charlie Shoemaker,
Yes?
Jack Clark,
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Dean Milburn.
Yes. All right, motion to return to open session.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Lisa
Second.
Snodgrass,
Yes.
Charlie Shoemaker,
Yes.
Jack Clark,
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Dean Milburn.
Yes. Moving on to items for discussion. And I've got some questions on this. Lease agreement with LCF.
Hey, you got that in here.
I understand that properties, buildings, anything not under the jurisdiction of Fire District 1 will be taken care of pretty quick.
Right.
My concern, and I may have no choice, that the state feels they own this building. Reading it here, yeah, and again, it's a lease for $1 for 99 years, which pretty well takes care of it, but we will be responsible for any improvements, but also well, it's number 1 on the second page, the 99 years, but after the lease has been in effect for 5 years and with 2 years' notice, they could change the lease.
At any time?
Well, after 5 years,
After 5 years, huh?
and with 2 years' notice, is that correct?
So that means
That's
they
what
couldn't do
that's what I
anything.
had put in. They must give us 2 years' notice.
So from the time this is signed, it'd be 7 years before anything.
Well, what they got right now is, it just says they can do what they want to do with it, and we're gone. So I said, okay, well, we gotta have at least some kind of
Protection.
some kind of protection in there.
And we are providing fire protection to the prison
Right.
at no cost, number 5. And we get electric and water at no charge, number 7.
Yeah, this was the agreement that was signed years and years ago, and it was brought up in '98 when we started talking about this building. If you notice, the description shows the parking lot on the west side of the building, or the east side of the building, and it was a 4,000 square foot building. So this was for the old building, and we talked to the state then about we need to upgrade this, and they said, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it later. Well, now it's later. But Delaware signed this. Delaware had their meeting here the other night, and they were kind of, well, why did we sign that? Well, you did. So anyway, that's where we're at now. If we're gonna get this straightened out and get our name on the lease, let's at least try and get that we own the building, and if they're gonna kick us out, we make these changes.
Now this, that first, page 2, number 1, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but the term of the lease shall be 99 years except the state of Kansas through the Secretary of Corrections or his lawful successor shall have the privilege and the right to time after this lease has been in effect for 5 years. Does that make sense? I mean, is
It's
that-
5 years.
And they're making an agreement for 99, but within 5 years, if they don't like it, then they can come back
Right.
and say, well, we want your property, we want the land, and we don't want your fire department there.
And that,
And the
what
5
right
years
to
is up.
time means?
Yeah,
That's what
that's how I read it as well.
That's how
Okay.
I interpret it.
There's probably a window of opportunity there to push that out and extend that even past 7 years, probably. Why, so the 5, we just came up with 5 years?
No, that was, the state had that in there. The state put that.
5 plus 2,
No, the 2 years is what I put in.
you put in.
Well, they would have to give us at least 2 years' notice. If they come in today and say, okay, 5 years is up, you guys are gone, you need to be out here by Monday. Okay, no, we want at least 2 years' notice.
You know, that's
That's
some
where the
kind of
2 years
protection, where before we
Yeah.
wouldn't have any protection at
Right.
all.
Have they been open to any changes?
I haven't discussed it with them because I wanted to get you guys' opinions first before I go up there and start discussing it with them.
Okay.
Well, I wonder if we got Pam to do another complete legal agreement in light of sort of the equipment and everything, on such and such a date, the fire district, gets all the trucks and everything else.
Well, that's what this is kind of leading up to. Instead of Pam
Well,
doing all
well-
the footwork, I want to get what you
Well,
guys'
hear me
opinions
out.
are, then we can give it to Pam.
In
and
that,
then we
in
can
that
meet
light,
with
why
their
can't
legal
we
folks.
get an agreement, that says, in return for fire protection to the Lansing prison, the state of Kansas will deed us 2 acres here with the building and all that, and we become responsible for everything. In other words,
Well, and that's what we need to shoot for the moon and get what we can get.
yeah,
So that
I think
request
we
hasn't
ought
been
to.
made yet?
No, I
I
want to
think
make no
we-
request yet.
I think
I'm
we
waiting to
ought
get you
to,
guys' opinion before we
ask
go up
that
there.
the state of Kansas just deed the fire district, whatever amount of real estate we think we need.
That I can about guarantee
what this
it won't
building
happen.
said. And this building. For
Now, the
$1
building, we
or
can fight
whatever.
for, but I can about guarantee you they're not going to give us the grant. Shoot for the moon.
I agree with Jim.
Yeah, shoot for the moon.
They need to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
It
they need
makes
to do
sense,
that.
but let's go reality here. Right now, we don't have a problem, and you add in the 2 years that if they decided to do that. Are we creating something that they say, okay, you didn't like the agreement, now you want to change it, and then you want this needed, so if you're not satisfied, find yourself another place. Are we going that direction? Are
I
they
don't
gonna
know why
give
the
us
state
that?
would say that when we give them fire protection.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a cordial conversation.
Well,
Yeah, that's why I say, as long as we keep
Yeah.
it cordial and.
it's just something you gotta think about.
Yeah, keep the lawyers up for now, I mean.
Was it their verbiage that says the district, that if they pull out, the Department of Corrections agrees to pay the district fair market value for the building?
If the legislature finances the money.
No, is that their
That's what,
verbiage?
yeah, this is all their verbiage. Everything in here, except
good
the
with that then.
italicized stuff, is their verbiage.
That tells me their verbiage, we own the building, to the point if they're gonna kick us out, they have to give us fair market value for the building.
Is that what that's saying?
Yeah, right here.
I didn't,
The same paragraph.
I don't have mine, I couldn't
The
find it.
term of the lease shall be 99 years, except the state of Kansas through the Secretary and Corrections or his lawful successor shall have the privilege and right to time after this lease has been in effect for 5 years, and with 2 years, there's Rick added, and 2 years' notice should be terminated, Department of Corrections agrees to pay the district fair market value for the building of the district.
so you could find property to rebuild. And they'd pay for their new building.
That basically tells me we own the building. I mean, it's on their property. If they kick us out, they've got to pay us fair
Well,
market
but
value.
the way it says it, though, if they kick us out and the legislature gives them money, funds subject to funds being appropriated thereof, therefore, so if the legislature says, no, we're not going to appropriate any funds,
They can't buy the
well,
building.
we're
They
out
don't
and we
pay
don't get
us.
any money, the way I read it.
Seems to
They're
me-
going to pay us if the legislature gives money. If the legislature doesn't give money, we're out
That's
anyway.
probably-
We're out either way.
We should visit with Pam to see if there should be language in there that says, in the event they ask us to leave and they don't appropriate funds, that we don't have to leave. We're only required to
Right.
leave if they appropriate funds.
Well,
for
and
our
that's what we need to get it straightened out. That's what I say.
Yeah,
But
that-
we
You
leave
guys
only
need to
if
tell me
they
what you
fair
want in
market
this.
value.
That's correct.
You guys need to tell me what you want in this, and that gives us a starting place. And then we can negotiate from there.
Well, I thought the rest of it was fine with the changes you made there. I mean, basically, you're taking Delaware out of
Yeah,
the agreement.
and
Correct.
trying to give us some
Putting
protection.
it for a tip.
But like Jeff said, if we can get this termed where if they want to terminate the lease and kick us out, they have to give us fair market value for the
Yeah,
building.
they have to.
Have to, not
Correct.
if they get
If they get
appropriate funds.
appropriated, they have
And they've
to.
they've got to understand, even if there is not a problem, they have to understand that it was taxpayers' money that built this damn thing. So it belongs to the taxpayers, and yeah, it's on their property, but
Well, what would be their motive to, I'm being that devil advocate, what would be their motive to kick us out here?
there's.
This was just a stand, I
Their
think this was
motive
just a
would be,
standard
hey, we're
thing
gonna
they
go
had
back
50
to-
years ago,
Their
and,
motive would be, we're gonna go back and form our own lands and correction facility fire,
yeah.
right?
This is the only institution in the state that doesn't have a fire department.
They'd have to hire
Yeah, rest of them have their own
firemen.
fire departments.
Jim, I actually
And
think.
this one
and I
works
wasn't
extreme level,
here
they don't have to have
back
fire
in
trucks, and they
Delaware
don't have to
Township,
maintain
been here
them.
forever.
They
But
like it.
I think what they did was, they said, okay, we're gonna let them build their fire department here because they give it protection.
They give us fire.
And then they wanted to protect themselves from no matter what Delaware Township did at the time. And they're saying, well, if this don't work out, you know, but it
Got a
has
hook
worked all
in.
these years, and I think, and I'm just guessing now, that
That's
they
what I'm,
were.
that's
they
what I'm
wrote that
thinking,
in.
looking back,
Look
looking
at
back at all this, looking back, you know,
They've never had no problems, right?
Well, they did
Whatsoever,
write-
all the years, how many years originally had this
This
thing-
started in 54.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
mean, if I was a warden sitting up there, I'd say, God dang, you know, if we kick those guys out, then we're gonna have a hell of a time.
With
Yeah, the
fire
trouble is, the
protection-
warden didn't write this.
Huh?
The warden didn't write this. It was a legalese out of Topeka. And that's who Pam's been working with,
Back in 53.
some gal out of Topeka. So that's why I say, we need to write a new agreement. We need to start with where you guys want to be, and then we'll start there and
Well,
end up in the middle somewhere.
I agree, whether you, that the taxpayer money and they own the property, but the building and everything within its confines is ours. And now you go back, if it ever happened, to the fair market value.
Well, they also wrote in there that if there is a failure to appropriate funds, there's no cause of action. So they're saying that if they don't appropriate funds, you're SOL.
Well, then that, yeah, they're putting all the
it's
risk on us.
all the marbles are on there end of the table.
But if we get that rewritten where
I agree.
if they want
Yeah.
the property and building, pay us fair market value
Yeah.
and we'll move on.
Well, if you guys are happy with the way this lease is the only one that gave me any corrections at all, and we'll start negotiating with them, and I'll get with the warden and start there at the grassroots, and,
I mean, you can tell it's old, just like where it says having the inmates work down here.
yeah.
I mean, that's probably
Yeah,
not
when we
gonna
first
happen,
started, there was inmate labor
Right.
down here.
Right.
which would be great.
And they had a lot of good reading literature.
And let him know, Chief, that, you know, we're satisfied with being here. We're very happy, and that's why we've invested so much money into it. And so whatever you say to him, I don't want him to think that we're
Oh, yeah, no,
satisfied.
I've got a good working relationship with them. We have a class come in here every week.
So right now, the
We
only,
teach them every week. They got-
They can't be going.
so right now, the only thing the state owns is the real estate.
Not
The
right
only
now.
thing the state owns is the real estate.
Well, they're saying the
Okay.
property and the building on the property.
No, but right now, the only thing that belongs to the state is the ground.
That's
The
it.
ground.
Because we own the building and
Well,
everything in it.
according to this agreement, the state owns the building.
Did
And like I
they
say,
build
this
it?
was written back in the 50s probably and just changed and,
And it wasn't this building, it was a building.
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
building.
a
Right. It wasn't
That's been replaced.
Correct.
Right.
Well, you know,
And that's
that's.
never
and that's why I say this
a lot of
description
stuff.
describes the old building. And when we started talking about building this building, it was, well, let's get the building done and we'll take care of the paperwork later. So in other words, everybody who was here then, except for me, is gone now. So now we get to try and figure it out.
So
Because all
one
the
thing-
state folks are gone.
If they agree that, the only thing we'd have to acquire would be property at that point.
Yeah.
We pay fair market value for the
Oh,
building.
yes.
Yeah.
We have the
Number one,
equipment,
we'd
we
have
have to
to
find property
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Right.
Build a new station.
build a new
Right.
station.
If it came to that.
yeah.
I
Like I
think,
say, what would their motive be? Other
That
than
would be nice. It's just somebody
They
wrote
want to have
this.
their own
and-
fire department.
Yeah.
no, I think we're good. What we're doing is rewriting it so it's correct, where it's not Delaware Township, it's Fire District 1, et cetera. It might be worth visiting with Pam about getting a statement in that if we lose the property and the facility, they pay fair market value, period. But other than that, it
And
looks
take
fine.
out that contingency about no appropriated funds being
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they gotta come up with some money. They
Okay, like I
gotta
said,
change
we
the
need to
business.
start someplace and
Right, and
I'm
there
coming
we
to you
go.
guys where you want to start at and now we'll go
Real dollars to replace this building right now,
about $1 million.
Megan.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying about being real careful here, because the last thing we want is somebody out here, whether it's High Prairie or Delaware Township or Lansing, it comes up in the newspaper where we're getting kicked out of here and can't make it, we're squabbling with the state or
Yeah.
something like that. We don't need that kind of
Yeah,
problem,
no.
so.
No, everything's working fine. It's just the lease agreement's up and we need to get it to
Yeah,
our,
I just think we
a
gotta
more
be-
beneficial
I
financial.
just think we have to let
Yeah.
you handle it, but you gotta be careful.
Any other discussion?
The only other thing I have is don't leave until you sign 3 copies of that and then this.
Okay.
That's it, right?
That's, yeah, just one of those.
While we're signing, board member concerns, Jeff,
I don't have any.
Charlie? Lisa? Jim?
You know, I just like to say that we're doing great on our budget and expenditures. We're,
Good.
overall, we're 11.7% below straight line, so
Couldn't read that.
that gives us quite a pad there
Damn sure
with
read.
1 month to go.
We are doing good.
You've done a good job, Rick. Timing your
You didn't do too
expenditures.
good at school, did you?
Well, we spent some money this month, so we bought some equipment and
Yeah,
so.
You left the spot up there for me.
Thanks.
Did you have anything?
I have nothing. Motion to adjourn?
I'll move with you.
We signing this one too?
All three.
Need three.
Do
Second.
we need to sign that one? But we just signed that one.
We need
Sign
3.
all 3 copies.
Yeah, but do we need to sign it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 of them need to be signed.
Okay, but just one of them, his. We don't need to sign his copy, your copy, and everybody else's copy.
No.
Excuse me, Jeff.
You could autograph mine.
I signed 3 copies.
No.
No, I
Did you
mean,
second?
did you second
Sure.
the motion?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's-
Sorry.
He signed it, that's
Oh,
why.
yeah, that was your scribble.
Lisa Snodgrass.
Yes.
Charlie Shoemaker.
Yes.
Jeff Cliff.
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland.
Yeah.
Dean Milburn.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you all very much.
Have a Merry Christmas.